There are two kinds of people in this world. The people who fail to do what they know they should, and those who keep doing things they know they shouldn't. Guess what? You're both. Hi, I'm your host, life and business coach, Marcy Barker, aka your loving kick in the pants. In this podcast, I'll teach you the 6 steps of my accountability code that will help you wake up with clarity and show up with aligned action steps that make follow through easy and peaceful. All right, let's jump in. Welcome to Your Loving Kick in the Pants. I'm Marcy Barker, and I am here with my beautiful client, Kim Carlson. Kim, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Kim. I live in Ogden, Utah, and I'm married with 6 girls, ages 18 to 5. My life's crazy, but it's great. I'm a full-time employee, full-time mom, and chauffeur, and all that goes along with being a mom.
And soon to be what?
A life coach.
Yeah! Kim and I met a couple of years ago through Facebook, and we did a couple of programs together, and then the accountability code was born. And tell me what made you want to jump on to that.
I love the programs that I had done with you previously. I love the accountability of them and the face-to-face interaction with you and the group that we were with. I learned a lot and progressed a lot. And so when the accountability code started, I wanted to jump on, give it a chance.
One of the greatest things about the accountability code is the community that we've created through taking action. And I'm here to shout out my clients. And one of the most amazing things that Kim has done is just been honest with what she wants to do. And we were at an event that another client put together, and Kim was like, I want to do an event. So what was going through your head at that time when you were sitting there thinking like, I want to do this? What were you thinking?
I had wanted to put together a vision board workshop for 3 years. It's been in my heart and on my mind. And at Lindsay's event, I just believed that I could. Enough belief was shared and encouragement was shared that I believed that I could. And so you gave me a loving kick in the pants and we scheduled the workshop.
Mm-hmm. And something you have to know about Kim is that you are amazing at manifesting. And when we had these thoughts of like, could I do this? Should I do this? I was like, you have manifested so many things already. This is no different. So will you give them a little bit of a taste of some of the things that you manifested in your life prior to this?
The biggest one is that I manifested a house. I wrote out a vision statement for it, recorded it, and listened to it in the morning and in the evening. And we manifested our home that we're currently living in at a time when we weren't sure that we were going to be able to get into a house.
Crazy. And when you were thinking about putting together this event, I was like, okay, what's the date? What are you going to do? And I kind of gave you rapid fire, like, okay, here's the date. What are you going to do? What are you going to teach? Who's going to be there? Tell me about your event as if it already happened. And that was one of the things that we went through, which is a skill that you use in manifesting.
Yes, absolutely. It's an important skill to teach and act as if it's already happened. How does it feel now that you are doing this?
Mm-hmm. And on one of our client calls, I loved that. I was like, okay, so what are some of the things that you need to do to prepare? What are you going to teach? And one of the things you said was to create a list of 25 things and write them alternating something that you do have and something that you don't yet have, but that you want to have. Will you tell the listeners why that's important to do?
That's important because it takes you out of a scarcity mindset and puts you into an abundance mindset. It helps you feel gratitude for what you already have, which gratitude is the highest vibrational area you can get into and the most important one. So when you get into an area of gratitude, you're more in tune to receive inspiration and guidance and just clarity on what you want.
Yeah. When you were in your client calls, because everybody's listening to this, like you already know what you're doing, okay? But I want to let listeners know that when we have a big goal, sometimes it is very scary. And there were a couple times on our client calls that I was like, you have to do it. Sorry. You told me that you care about this and we're going to make it happen. So what are some of the factors that you were met with that caused a little bit of resistance in your mindset?
The imposter syndrome has been a big one, just that I've felt like I'm not worthy of doing this, that I can't do it. But in the last like 2 weeks, I've realized that I can and that I am able to, and I'm excited. And a big thing that I noticed with mindset and speaking what you want, I was speaking fear, and I noticed that as I spoke the fear, my fear increased. So I stopped speaking fear and decided to just speak honesty and what I really want, which is to sell out my event, to have it be an amazing event, and to catapult my coaching business.
I love that. And in the accountability code, as clients, we will go through the process, and the accountability code reveals the perfect action steps for you. So what were some of those custom action steps that we put into your accountability?
One of them was that I have 5 categories for my life vision. And in the accountability code, we put in those 5 categories, and I chose to write out my vision statements in my accountability every day. And those vision statements ended up becoming my vision, my life vision.
I love that. And I'm going to share a little bit behind the scenes, because Kim and I have worked together for a long time, but this is her second go at the accountability code, the Wake Up and Show Up program. And Kim wanted to do this big event, this life vision, and I was like, you have to share it at my retreat. And how did you feel when I told you, like, I always give you a choice, but I'm always very persistent and like, this is what you need to do. So having been, 10 weeks ago when I told you this is what you should do, and having done it yesterday, like, how do you feel? Tell us about how it started and how it's fulfilled.
So when it started, there was definitely a terror barrier. I was like, I don't want to speak in front of all these people. I was very nervous to present it. And the life vision is kind of a personal thing. So sharing it is a challenge. But now that it's over, I presented it last night, I feel accomplished and successful. And I'm actually really proud of myself for what I did and what I've been able to document and write out.
Yay!
And if it all comes true, which I know it will, my life's amazing now, but it's going to increase, and I'm excited for that.
This is just the beginning. That's what I'm so excited about. And to document it here, like, you'll probably message me and be like, oh, I'm kind of scared what's happening. And I'm like, listen to the podcast again,
Right.
Because you're amazing. And everybody here loved your vision statement, your life vision statement. So I would love for you to share a little piece of it. Are you willing to?
Yes. I am so happy and grateful to be living the life of my dreams. I am a successful life coach and hope dealer. It is incredibly rewarding to walk women and men through life coaching, dream creating, and vision writing. I learn more from serving my clients than I give. My heart is full and happy to be a global life coach. I am sought after and referred by others. I am intuitive to the needs of my clients. I assist in healing hearts and transforming lives. I absolutely love what I get to do and the lives I get to bless. I am so grateful that this path has chosen me. My heart is overflowing. I've gained intentional and amazing friends that have changed my life for the better.
That is so amazing.
Thank you.
So amazing. I wish it was mine. Kim and I were talking about sharing a life vision, and people can use it for ideas, but there's no way you can adopt it as your own. Like, everybody has to go through their own journey, their own process of recognizing what's important to them and what's possible. So I'm going to ask you kind of a dangerous question. And listeners, it's dangerous because once I know what you care about, that's where my loving kick winds up. So Kim, after having accomplished your big goal with the accountability code and presenting your life vision statement, what do you perceive will be your next loving kick in the pants?
I perceive that my next loving kick in the pants is to start my vision of life coaching, getting clear on who my ideal client is, getting clear on the cost and what my value is, and what I have to offer. And I'm excited to actually go down that road with you.
I can tell it in your face too. I mean, you're not as scared as you were before, and it's because you took action. Because you're actually putting into place the things that you've talked about, and that is manifestation in action. So I'm so proud of you, and I'm excited to just see how everything is going to continue to play out too, because you are an amazing client because you don't give up. And I've told Kim, like, one of my favorite things about you is you communicate. You communicate when things are good, when you communicate when things are bad, when you're scared, you have questions. And that really is the only way to move forward, is to recognize what you're dealing with and then how to utilize it for growth and progression. Hey listeners, the message of waking up and showing up is yours for the taking. In fact, it's free. I've recorded my entire audiobook and I'd love for you to consume it between episodes. Head to marcybarker.com to get instant access to the accountability code Wake Up and Show Up. All right, let's jump back in. So part of the accountability code coaching program is the workbook, the Wake Up and Show Up accountability workbook. And there's over 50 stories in there. Would you mind sharing what one of your favorite stories was that helped you take action?
My favorite story was that comparison is not the thief of joy. One of the other clients that Marcy works with has done amazing things, and I've admired what she was doing, and I was comparing who she was and what she was doing to where I was at. And that comparison was actually causing depression, and it was keeping me in a funk. And when I talked with Marcy about it, she talked about how comparison is not the thief of joy, and that I can use that comparison to propel me into who I want to be. And I was able to make that mindset switch, and now I'm where I'm at because of that mindset switch. It's awesome.
Thank you for willing to go there, because comparison is not the thief of joy when the comparison is the correct vehicle, when there's the right intention. Because for you listeners, we've always heard it all the time, like comparison is the thief of joy. And it is if you let it, and if you are using somebody else's example to make yourself worse. And so comparison is not the thief of joy. I just love seeing it come to action through what you've done. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So thank you for being here. And I would love so much if our listeners would just reach out to you. And Kim's nickname is Hope Dealer. And I'm like, that is so freaking cool. I love it so much. And I just want to tell you how awesome you are, because I can feel it, and I love you, and you are putting your walk in the walk. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Is there anything else you would like our listeners to know?
Give Marcy a chance. You won't be sad.
You're so sweet. Your butt might hurt a little bit after a loving kick in the pants, but that's what we're all here for.
It's worth it.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
Hey friends, I want to thank you for listening to this episode of Your Loving Kick in the Pants. If you got any value out of this episode, I would love for you to drop me a review or share with a friend what you learned. All right, I'll see you next Wednesday for Your Loving Kick in the Pants.